everyone. Pastor Laura Kistart here with Pastor Ron Brown at the First Congregational Church of Southington. On Wednesdays during Lent, we have been coming to you live at noon to offer a time of prayer together. This congregation has a tradition of midweek Lenten programming with lunch and a time of worship, and since we are not able to do that as we wish to during this pandemic, we have instead, Pastor Ron and I have been coming with some time of prayer, an invitation for prayer and sharing reflections on different types of prayer, but then also holding a time for prayer, so holding space and praying together. So we will lead a prayer and invite you to join us. And whenever you watch this, whether you're watching this on Wednesday or later in the week, just to join us for this time of prayer. So we have had all sorts of different prayers that we've been looking at during Lent, breath prayers, body scan meditation. I've talked about coloring prayer, and so we've done a whole wide range of different types of prayer. And as we're coming to the end of Lent, this coming Sunday is Palm Sunday, and then one more week until Easter, I was remembering another type of prayer that a lot of the prayers that we've been talking about have been individual prayer practices. And one of the losses that I would say I've been mourning during this pandemic is the ability to really pray with others and to share those prayer requests. And just that particular type of prayer is often called intercessory prayer. So those are prayers for others, with others. And so that's what we wanted to just share in a time of intercessory prayer. Often those can also be called prayers of the people. And so this is lifting up sometimes particular requests or just more general prayer requests, and asking God to hold these prayer requests. And so we invite you to, Pastor Ron's going to share a psalm reading with us, and then we will have a time of intercessory prayer, asking God to be with us in this time of prayer.
So our reading is from Psalm 90. The Psalms provide a wonderful model for prayer, just honest conversation with God, holding nothing back. And Psalm 90 is a good example of that. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You turn us back to dust and say, "Turn back, you mortals, for 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday when it is past, or like a watch in the night. You sweep them away. They are like a dream, like grass that is renewed in the morning. In the morning it flourishes and is renewed. In the evening it fades and withers. For we are consumed by your anger. By your wrath we are overwhelmed. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your countenance. For all our days pass away under your wrath. Our years come to an end like a sigh. The days of our life are 70 years, or perhaps 80 if we are strong. Even then their span is only toil and trouble. They are soon gone, and we fly away. Who considers the power of your anger? Your wrath is as great as the fear that is due you. So teach us to count our days, that we may gain a wise heart. Turn, O Lord, how long? Have compassion on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your steadfast love, so that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad as many days as you have afflicted us, and as many years as we have seen evil. Let your work be manifest to your servants, and your glorious power to their children. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us, and prosper for us the work of our hands. O prosper the work of our hands.
And now, as we lift up these prayers of intercession, I also invite you to join us in the responsive voice. So each of these particular prayers that we lift up, we will start with God of love. And when you hear God of love again, the response is, hear our prayer. We'll also then hear God of justice, and the response is hear our prayer. So I invite you to join us in this time of prayer. God of love, hear the cry of those who yearn for love, fractured families, broken homes, neglected, unwanted, alone. God of love,
hear our prayer. God of justice, hear the cry of those who yearn for justice, persecuted and oppressed, exploited, ill-treated, broken. God of justice,
hear our prayer. God of peace, hear the cry of those who yearn for peace, in battle zones and broken states, frightened, fearful, anxious. God of peace,
hear our prayer. God of healing, hear the cry of those who yearn for healing, physical and spiritual, hurting, weakened, depressed. God of healing,
hear our prayer. God of mercy, hear the cry of those who yearn for mercy, convicted in need of your grace, contrite, humble, bowed down. God of mercy,
hear our prayer.
may you know the peace of God, the love of God, the justice of God, the healing and mercy of God, this day and all days. Amen.
Amen.